Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farah Nabila number 31, and my partner Kemala Diaz Maharani, number 57. And we will to present an abstract entitled Portable FIDS, or Electronic Fish Aggregating Device, prototype with automatic fishnet controller using Android system. Okay, next, the specific terms of this abstract. First, FADS, or Fish Aggregating Device, is a fishing gear installed in the sea. And then FADS developed with light and sound as attractors. And then Android is the software system for iPhone.
So as we can see in this slide, there is an illustration about FAD. So like what my friend said before about what FAD is, I'm going to explain a little about how FAD works. So in this illustration, it shows the basic FAD. The difference between the basic FAD and the electronic FAD is in the attractors. The basic FAD are using only seaweed or leaf or such an organic material for the attractors, while the electronic FAD is using light or sound as the attractors. That's why it's called electronic. And the attractors is tied up with the things that keep them float. And we can see there's many fish right there because the fish is attracted to the attractors, right? And when the enough fish gathered, the fishermen will spread the net and catch up the fish. The research shows that the current electronic FAD are only available with either light or sound as the attractors. It cannot be both light and sound, it can only be one of those, either light or sound. And that makes the electronic FAD unable to catch fish effectively. Other than that, why it is ineffective? Because the fishermen are only relying on their hunch. They will just be thinking that it is the right time to catch fish because maybe it is. They cannot know how many fish is there down there actually because they cannot see. So they are only relying on their hunch. That's why it is very ineffective.
The purpose of this research is to build the more effective FAD to be used by the fishermen, featuring the Android system on their mobile phone, and the methods used are as follows.
These are the pictures of the electronic FAD invention that the researcher made. In the left picture, we can see the actual prototype of electronic FAD device. The first thing that we see is the thing that keeps the electronic FAD float. And underneath it, we can see the thing called the attractor. Now, the difference between the electronic FAD invention and the regular electronic FAD is this kind of FAD have two attractors. It have light and sound attractors, and it actually can combine them at the same time. So you can have the light and the sound as the attractors, while the regular electronic FAD can only use them at one time. So you can only use light as an attractor or just sound as the attractors. You can use both as the attractors at the same time. And in the right side of the picture shows how the application of the electronic FAD in the phone, because it actually featured with Android system, so the fishermen can access it through their mobile phone. As we can see, the fishermen can turn on the LED, which is light, and the sound or suara in Indonesia, and the nets or jaring in Indonesia. And the fishermen can actually controlling if whether they want use LED as the attractor or the sound as the attractor with this button. And the fisherman can also control the nets whether it's going up or down with this button. Back to the left picture, alongside with the attractors we also have a sensor, and under the sensor there's the big square things called the net. Not only the fishermen can control the net up and down using their mobile phone, the sensor can also detect the amount of fish and send a signal to the nets to go automatically up if the fish is enough to catch. This is the picture that shows how it looks like when the net is up. And we can imagine when there are enough fish that gathered swimming around the attractors, because they are attracted to the attractors, and the sensor will detect and the net will go up, so the fish will be trapped inside these big square things called electronic FAD. The more detailed technical procedure of the electronic FAD invention will be explained by my friend in the next slide.
Here is how the tool works. First start, then turn on the FAD, and then putting the FAD in the sea. After that, turn on the ejector. Continued by waiting for the fish to come, then fisherman's comments on the phone, thus the net following fisherman's order. After that, the nets get up with the fishes and finish.
So after making the prototype of this electronic FAD, the researcher also testing the effectiveness or the efficiency of this technology. The researcher are doing the test in 3 ways, which are featuring 20 fishes in each test. There are 3 attractors that is tested in this test, which are the light attractor, the sound attractor, and the light with sound attractors. The result shows that the LED or light attractor have succeeded to catch 8 fish out of 20 fish sample with a success rate of 40%, and the second trial with the speaker as the attractor have succeeded to catch 9 fish out of 20 fish sample with a success rate of 45%, and the last trial featuring light and speaker as the attractor have succeeded to catch 16 fish out of 20 fish sample with a success rate of 80%. From this result, we all know that the electronic FAD that is using light and speaker as the attractor have a biggest chance of catching the fish other than the LED or the light attractor and the speaker attractor. So if you combine those two as for the attractors, you can get a bigger chance to catch the fish.
Okay, in this slide, the advantage of this tool is the model is more effective compared to the old model, but the deficiency of this tool is the model is only compatible for Android system and not compatible for iOS system. Okay, that's all the presentation for us, and thank you for your attention.